G'day guys, it's Jimmy from GRABmeGEAR here, helping you get outdoors easily and ethically. And today we've got another exciting walk around for you. I'm very pleased to have Andrew Marr join me today. G'day Andrew.
G'day Jimmy.
Good to see you,
nice to be here.
Yep. Thanks for coming.
Hi everyone.
If you're not aware of Andrew, he's an amazingly talented photographer, so check him out on Instagram, YouTube. His work is just stunning. I just love it. So very excited to see his setup and how he uses it to get out there and take his photography.
All right, thanks very much. So this is my Ford Ranger. It's a 2015 Ford Ranger. It's an XLT. And it's only in the last year that I've been building it out to be more suitable for overland and touring. Predominantly I use it for my landscape photography, so that's what it's set up for. As you can see, I've taken the tub off, or had the tub taken off, and I've got this canopy from Norweld. To take the weight, I've had a GVM upgrade from Dobinson's, which just smooths out everything, and it gives me a 2-inch lift as well. In terms of lights on the front and the back, I've got lights from Road Vision, which gives me some spread out the side and a nice beam so I can see right down the highway when I'm travelling around at night, because quite often I'm getting to locations and from locations just before and just after sunrise, so I'm doing a fair bit of travelling at nights as well. Inside the canopy, where we'll take a closer look, I've also got some lithium batteries from Revolution Power Australia, and it's all connected up with a red arc system with an inverter and stuff, and that handles all of the charging that I need to do with all my videography and photography that I do for Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, it's a really cool challenge you've got there. I love that, with that power need, and also how you store all those accessories. So.
Yeah, lots and lots of batteries, and we've been using that charging this weekend for all the content that we've been creating, so it's been good.
Yeah, cool. All right, now let's get into the exciting stuff, the storage.
The storage?
And if you want to see a bit more about Andrew's vehicle or about what Andrew does, we'll put some links down below as well. But let's get inside.
Excellent.
Cool.
So this is the kitchen side.
Okay.
So both sides are not set up the same way. This is the kitchen side. So I've got a very old, full of character fridge on here on a slider. All of the red arc systems are on the wall to the side here, so it's nice and tucked away, but I can access it if I need to. And then in the drawers over here, this is pretty much my kitchen bench and drawer, so we'll have a look at that.
Love this table. It's really sturdy. We've been using it a bit over the weekends, just a bit of a central gathering point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic because I can move this drawer in and out without necessarily having to take stuff off here, so it's a good design. And so what it does is it gives me this great big long drawer that I can pretty much store all the pots and pans and cooking boards and stuff like that. And then I've also got more kitchen gear at the back here in these bags, as you can see.
So you can see, I get pretty excited when he opens up that side, because it's a bit of a dream setup for me, and you've got a lot of gear going on here. So can you take us through what's in each pod? Okay,
so we start at the back here. This is a smaller bag in comparison to the other one. So this bag here is kitchen utensils. We can get that out in a second, but this one here is pretty much all the food. And depending on the length of the trip, I can fit all my food into this one, or if I've got a bigger trip, I can put another of the, I think these are the 14s.
14?
Yep. So I fit another 14 behind there, and they fit nicely at the back there. So pretty much inside there I've got all the food that I need. I sometimes grab a snack, so I can put that easily into my camera bag if I'm going to go for a hike. I've got coffee, tea. I've got my spices at the back there, so pretty much I'm good to cook, along with you know, quick meals, cans, some spreads for bread and stuff like that.
It's a great idea for the, I just noticed the oil, so carries his oil in a bottle, but if that breaks, at least it's going to have some containment in the pouch there.
And also the bag actually provides some cushioning as well, so I like that, so that's less likely to break in actual fact if I have it in its own bag.
Cool.
So that's,
Should I get the bigger one out for you?
Absolutely.
Alright, so this is the big GRABmeGEAR 18.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I like to have this in a bag at the top there is that I might be sometimes cooking here, or I might want to take all of my cooking gear over to a fire or something like that, which is away from the vehicle. So instead of coming back and forward grabbing bits and pieces, I can grab this entire bag with the handles and go over to where I'm going to cook.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And then inside it, I've organised it all into different bags again. So I've got cups. If I'm washing up, I've got my washing up gear in the one bag as well.
That's a cool way of doing it. Yeah.
So everything's nice and organised. It's got its place, and of course with the clear fronts, I can see exactly what's there, so I don't have to open things up and check out what's in there. So
gets me excited.
It works really well.
Yeah, cool.
So that is that.
Awesome. And then because of the unique design of this big drawer here, Andrew had some specific needs and wanted some gear custom made. So while we have the gear that'll go into most standard systems, also sometimes people need things custom done, so we can do that on request as well. So what do you got here, Andrew?
Yeah, so this is dry food and snacks and things like that. Again, great to have in a bag so that I can take it over to a community area and things like that. So it's just got chips and bits and pieces in there. We've eaten most of it this weekend, so there's not a lot left. On this side here, I've got a induction plate, which I found really helpful if you're not in fire season, if there's a fire ban and I want to quickly boil water or just put a pan on quickly and cook some snags or something like that. Yeah. I can plug that up to the inverter. I've got a cord that comes around from the other side, and that's actually been working really well this weekend.
So that's something you're experimenting with, isn't it? Because I haven't seen that kind of thing used before. So cool.
No, I got the idea off the internet, like most ideas. So thought I'd try it out. I actually got that from Kmart. It's less than $50, so it's a good buy. And then at the back here, I've got the all-important coffee. So I'll bring that out. And so this is my coffee setup, where I've got my little hand espresso, my coffee beans. I ground my coffee with this beautifully designed coffee grinder from, I think it's a Melbourne designer. And I'm self-sufficient for the all-important morning coffee.
Get going. Because one of the things I found interesting talking to Andrew, which is very different to, say, my setup, is that Andrew's about getting somewhere, getting set up, and then getting out quickly. So he spends most of his time away from the vehicle, trying to get that shot. So keeping food as simple as possible, as quick as possible, is his main goal, because you're out there to do photography rather than to be around the vehicle camping. So
yeah, absolutely, that's my main aim, but every now and then I like to just go out and camp and not worry about the photography as well, and
there we go.
That facility also. So yeah, in the back there I've got a billy inside a billy bag, I believe.
I'd say the billy bags are all handmade by someone here in Perth, so they're pretty special item to us.
So that protects the billy quite a lot, and if it gets dirty, this one's a new one because my old one is no longer with me. So this is a new one, but if I put it on the fire, it gets dirty or it's hot, I can chuck it in this bag and it's nice and protected. So these are nice and light, keeps keeps the gear all light and protected. So it's, these are good. And I've got another one for a set of bowls that I have also. The only other bag that I have on this side is this here, which is the 7.
Number 7.
And that's what I've got my pan in, frying pan.
It's really cool. I haven't seen the pans used in this size before, so I always love seeing things put to use a different way.
Yeah, so yeah, I find it a good size for that.
Cool. All right. So, is there anything else that you'd love to tell us about this side?
No, that's pretty much done. Just across the top, if anyone's wondering, I've got my table at the top there. I've got quite a large chair because I like to keep comfortable. And I've got an umbrella. If anyone's wondering why I've got an umbrella, it's because I do tend to like to get out in the rain and shoot. I enjoy shooting in those conditions, and it's just a little bit of extra protection for not only me but the camera as well, so I can stay out there for a little bit longer and take shots. So I always have an umbrella up there.
Good. One thing that really impressed me is it still feels quite spacious. There's a lot of things in here, but you still have a bit of space if you need it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go around to the other side.
Let's do it.
Cool. Before we head around to the other side, why don't we have a sneak peek in here, because it's always cool to see what you can store in the back space. I'd love to have something like this.
Sure. This is a great addition to the car. It comes with the tray and canopy, which is all from Norweld, as I said. It's a nice deep tray or drawer where I can keep most of my recovery gear, and I've got a toolbox as well, the max tracks, the shovel, things like that. So anything that gets really, really messy, I stick in here.
Cool. That is the most colour-coded drawer I've seen. Nice one.
Yeah. While we're here also, I've got a spare tyre at the back there, and I can also put one underneath. I've got the welded ladder on the top that gives me access to the roof rack, and a water tank can go there if I need to, but I've actually got a water tank as part of the canopy. 42 litres, inlet and outlet on the other side.
Yeah. So that's a good spot. You could put rubbish in there as well, I suppose.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this would look really good with a bin bag.
These lights here, these are from Road Vision, and they come on when I'm reversing, but also come on as a camp light. There's a light just here, and they're really, really strong. So if I rock up to camp at night, I put them on first, and that just lights up the area, and I can set up.
Nice one. All right, cool. Let's see what's happening on this side. So that's more the kitchen side.
Yep.
And then what's this side mainly?
This is more set up for my photography gear, I must admit. So this is my photography drawer, or where I've got all my gear. We'll open that up in a second. This one here is, I suppose, it's a bit of everything. I've got some ropes here in this bag. I've got my first aid, including sun cream. I've got a snake kit, soap and water, because I've got my tap down there, so it's just nice and convenient to be able to wash my hands. Yep. I've got some fire gloves, other first aids that I can sometimes take out, put in my photography bag if I'm going to go for a hike, so I like to have easy access to that. And then this bag here is almost like a shed for me. It's all my tools and spare parts for the car. I've got some ties and water and oily rags and stuff like that, so I do a combination of put some of this stuff in bags, and other parts I just stick right in here.
Yeah, great. And you normally keep your camera bag up here so it's easy to grab? Or?
Yeah, so depending again on how far I'm going, so I sleep in a tent, or a tent come swag.
Yeah.
And I'll roll that up. If there's space, I'll fit it in here because there's plenty of space here. But if it doesn't, I can stick it on the top.
Yeah.
If I've got people in the car, I'll put my camera bags in the back here. But at the moment, because I'm just travelling on my own, I've got them in the back seat.
Yeah.
They're nice and safe there.
Cool. And Andrew's got a really cool problem that we're trying to see if we can solve at the moment, where he's on the go a lot and has a lot of camera gear and has a lot of batteries that need charging, and trying to charge those batteries on the go when they're designed to be charged on a flat surface, stable surface at home or on a desk or something like that. So we're looking at a panel that we could put here to drop the batteries in and see if they can be charged on the go.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see how that works out. And what have we got happening here?
Right, so this is something new that I'm trying out. These are my clothes here. So I've got this bag here. Should have left that open. So this one here is pretty much my clothes bag. I've got shirts and t-shirts and shorts and stuff like that. And again, it's so convenient to be able to take that into my tent if I'm going to get changed and stuff like that. And pretty much I can put, as I said, I'm testing this out, I could put at least a week's worth of clothes and bits and pieces there. But if I'm going to go for longer, then I've got this bag here which stacks up quite nicely with it, and that just extends what I'm going to do. If I'm going to go for a real short 1 day or 2 day, then I can stick all I need into that bag as well.
Okay.
That's what I like about these bags, is that depending on how much you need to take, you can kind of modulise on and expand with it.
That's
really good.
If you needed another one or someone else with you could just stack them on top there and still use the space.
And as you can see, I've still got space there, and they stack really, really nicely on top of each other.
Yeah. All right, now this door, I believe, is the office.
Yes, this is where I've got all my camera gear and all the gear that is needed to support it. So what I've got is two 21s either side with the clear plastic, and this is where I use those dividers to kind of divide things up. I might grab this one out and give you a bit of a look. So I've got the dividers here that divide it up, and I've got another one in there. I've got another one over here as well. And so I've got anything from headlamps that I'm recharging. These are all my recharges for the batteries, and I'm recharging stuff for audio, for video, for some of the gimbals that I use, for the photography stills that I take. There's just a heap of batteries. I've probably got around about 10 different types of batteries to charge. Sometimes all at one time. So I do that through the Red Arc here, and I hook up or plug in just a simple board that I got from Kmart or Big W, and that's got the sockets here, but it's also got a range of USBs as well, because a lot of the gear nowadays you just plug straight into there, and that charges up. So that's what that bag is for.
That's a fantastic use of it. I love seeing that.
And then on this side here, I've got all of the cables. So I've got these bags here, which sometimes I need to take in my camera bag, and then that just organises all the different USBs, USB minis. You've got micro USBs, USB-Cs, just all these different types of cables, and so I keep them all organised because I never want to not have a cable and not be able to recharge my devices. So that's the sort of thing that I have in this, along with a strap there. The strap here is quite important because that there hooks onto this bag, and the reason why this is not a GRABmeGEAR bag is this actually is used for a very lightweight camera bag and fits beautifully in between the two GRABmeGEAR bags. So I have one of my camera gear setups in the there with my camera. I've got a couple of lenses there, all sorted out, and then this strap hooks onto this, and I can sling it over my shoulder, and I'm off in a couple of minutes.
So you can literally just pull up, jump out, pull out the drawer,
and go.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Wow, that's a pretty awesome setup that you've got there. Thank you very much for taking us through it.
No worries.
Love it. We'll just love seeing the gear being put to use this way, and for something where there's a real need. This is your profession, and it's awesome to see that it's helping out. So.
And look, it's the reason why I love the gear is that I'm always tweaking it, and I'm always changing what I'm doing. I'm finding little shortcuts, easier ways to, as you say, get out quicker. And the gear is helping me do that. You know, the quality of the gear is amazing, but the fact that you've got the clear tops, I can see exactly what is in here, even when we're just talking to camera. I can see exactly what's in there. I can see what's exactly in there. I don't have to open them up and check them. So that's one of the great things about the GRABmeGEAR bags.
Great, cool. And is there anything else that you wanted to share, or that pretty much it?
No, that's pretty much it. If you want to know more about the canopy and the setup, then I'm going to be sharing more on my channel, of course. Alex from Intense did a camp walk around with me a couple of months ago, and that video's up on his website as well. So
that's a good one. Yeah,
you can go and check that out.
So that's it for now, and I'm going to grab my gear and go. See you out there.